Welcome to the Fourum podcast. This week we are sponsored by the AGM 176 Griffin precision lightweight guided munition from Raytheon. It's a very versatile mission. It can be launched from ground or air as a rocket-powered missile or dropped from the air as a guided bomb. Big thanks to Raytheon for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. You can catch them at raytheonmissilesanddefense.com. This week I'm joined by Casey, John and Lewis as we chat about the Queen's death. So this week, Queen's dead. Queen's died. Anybody have any big emotions about that?
I mean, she's on Canadian money. What's going to happen with that?
She's on British money. She's on
all the Commonwealth money, isn't she? Really?
Yeah, probably moose it out.
That did you say moose it out? Because that would be good for the Canadian money.
That was yep. Yep. Actually, hold on. I gotta go to Canadian money. My memory does not serve me well. Okay, so there's no moose on it yet. I got confused with Curacao money because we have animals on ours.
Do you have moose on it?
We do not have moose in Curacao.
I didn't think there were moose in the Caribbean, to be honest.
No,
So they're not going to have Charles on their money. Let's face it, are they?
Yeah, no, not at all.
So a moose is a good replacement, probably. A moose on the backside. You know what's ironic is, to be honest, for a long time she was the only woman on a lot of the like British currency. So like, if you're going back to a man, you're going to about 75% men on currency again. Like there's not a lot of female representation on any other currency. I don't know if it's the same for Canada and Australia, but your ratios are going to be off again.
I mean, how do you know they're not transgender people on the coins and whatnot?
There we go. It's begun.
Yeah, there we go. BLT for the win.
It's because I can assume their gender because they're from the 18th century and they probably were men, but I don't know.
You said bacon, lettuce, tomato?
Yeah, I did, because that's the HBQL for the win right there.
Beautiful.
I think it's going to be weird, but I don't really have any feelings either way. Like if like it's Charles's head on the stamps or on the money, it's just I don't know. It is just weird. I think that's the only thing I can really call it. It just feels weird.
You think it'd be weird to have his face on Bitcoin?
Well, yeah, because it's a decentralized currency. Also, you can't have a face on a Bitcoin.
Why not? Dogecoin had it.
If you got to put it on the hard drive.
Yeah.
God. How long before the King Charles NFTs?
I do. Weren't we talking about that? About profiting?
Profiting off the Queen's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's scummy, isn't it? But I mean, China's going to do it. Did you see that thing? It was like 6 months ago, a year ago, or something. But it was like there was this sort of rumor going around that a factory in China made like 10,000 like plates that had the Queen's like birth year and death on. But I think, to be honest, businessmen are probably doing that every year. They're just like hedging their bets. Like, this year the Queen's probably going to die, so I'll get like a stock of plates in that have the Queen's face on and like birth and death. Because to be honest, if you're 96 or whatever, it's not exactly a far-fetched thing that they're going to die, is it? That year or the next year. Yeah, it's just pure stats, pure probabilities.
Lewis, what do you think?
Oh man,
Good talk.
He died.
Good talk, Lewis.
Did he go out for a vape again?
He went out for a smoke. Amazing.
Perfect timing. Oh man, just
5 minutes in.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
How was your smoke break?
Remember when
and
I
he's
said
gone again.
Remember when I said I didn't want to do a lot of post-processing on this podcast?
Yeah, there wasn't much to do on the last one. So.
Literally, I made no edits on the one just me and Casey did. I'm going to be this thing's going to be cut and edited to tatters by the time we're done with it.
You hear me now?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait 2 seconds. Let me sort that out. Sorry about that, guys. I've been talking a lot and I've just been getting ignored, so I didn't know what was going on, but that makes a lot of sense. Give me a second and I'll sort that out.
All right,
Yeah, I should.
He's like, who are these guys stepping on me?
Yeah, is that a thing right now, guys? Can you really hear me? Because I've been talking myself this entire time.
Yeah. So that's me back in the mix now. So hopefully you can hear me now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds
you're
better.
doing
as
good,
well.
Praveen Albert.
So I'm using
John,
the Mac.
nobody's gonna get that reference because we made it outside of the recording.
That's fine. I don't really care. It's the reference is gonna come along, dude.
Oh my god. Right, okay. So Casey was asking Lewis what he thought. Casey, would you like a second take?
What do you think? No fucking way. You
man.
can't make this shit up, dude.
Nope.
Lewis, are you alright?
I didn't mean to say that you vape. You don't have to give me the silent treatment.
Exactly.
Okay, that should be me properly set up now. So yeah, I should be coming through the right microphone and the right speaker. Sorry about that.
Okay.
How many microphones and speakers do you have? That's very
Yeah, I've got a collection. So yeah, anyway, going back to the Queen. So I went up to Scotland and I saw a bit of a parade where the Queen's funeral was taken from Holyrood to St Giles Cathedral. I went in, saw. They said there were people waiting for 9 hours, but literally it took me about 15 minutes. So I went up, joined the queue, and got in and out in like 25 minutes. So I don't know about that, but yeah, it was interesting. Watched the funeral. Again, interesting. Yeah, sad obviously for the Queen to die, but yeah, I think that a lot of things will change now. I don't know if there's going to be the same buy-in to the monarchy going forward. I think that's something that I think might be. I don't know, to be honest. I think the Queen was like the figurehead of the monarchy, and now I don't know if Charles has got the same buy-in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and if the royalists are still strongly royalists.
That's really it, isn't it? Like for you guys, okay, you guys should probably say better. Like the news is saying that King Charles isn't fit, that's the story here on the street, but outside of the UK. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
But then again, it's not like a presidency. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't. They don't have to make any big decisions. Like they just have to, be ceremonial and sign papers. It's not like they actually need to make like strategic long-term decisions like a president does. Although they're our head of state, it's purely a figurehead role. I agree with Lewis though. I don't think he's as the buy-in's not there for Charles. It's like he's tame. He's been sort of tinted by the Diana stuff. He's like tarnished by the Diana stuff. He's older. I think the smart move would have been to just abdicate and just go, hey William, hey Kate, you're the new king and queen. You're fresh, you're shiny. Everybody likes Kate Middleton, and it's more of a glam sort of refresh of the monarchy. Whereas Charles, it's just like it's an old guy. Great, he'll be dead in 20 years, and then we'll have William, who will be an old guy by then, and his son will be 20 years behind him. We'll just have a long line of old guys and old gals, forever pretty much. I mean, Netherlands. Wait, does Sweden still have a monarchy?
You talking to the wrong person right there. I'm living in Norway, dude.
That when fucking hell freezes over, maybe. John in Norway.
Hell freezes over, yeah. I mean, we have a king and we have a queen and whatnot, but they don't rule. They just advertise for Sweden's sake.
Do they also recycle bottles?
They do recycle bottles, and I do believe I would chuck a bottle their way when I saw them. So
nice.
Yeah, they just
invest.
They invest. They take a lot of cash from the public in Sweden. Really.
Yeah, but it's whether they make more cash than they take, because that's always the question, isn't it? I mean, you can't really quantify it. It's the problem.
No,
time.
I mean, you could probably measure it, but it should probably take like 100 years to do so because really, you don't know what they advertise at as well because there's so much shit talk in all the countries about Sweden right now.
Is there?
Yeah, there. I mean,
Oh, like about immigration and stuff like that.
everything. So
Are not eating at your Swedish friend's house. Remember that on Reddit? I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, what's that?
I can't remember exactly, but it's like somebody went over to like their Swedish friend's house and they didn't get dinner or something because it was like last minute planned or I don't know exactly, but
I think that's interesting. It's like every European nation's like they have different like what is courteous is very different.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think there's quite a few nations where if you went around someone's house and it was dinner time, you'd get dinner as well. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's a given. Like I don't think I think there's some European nations where it's like that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
not. Yeah. Go ahead.
that's usually when I invade my buddy's home, right? So his parents are Polish. So when I get over, they never ask for if I want dinner or anything. They just kind of anticipate me not saying yes or not eating anything.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
So,
the thing
so
is,
it's not just Swedish.
yeah, but there's a line there. It is like when you're really familiar with somebody, the expectation is that you'll just help yourself, or that,
Yeah.
or that, you'll be going to dinner with us, of course. Like, what else would you be doing?
Yeah,
Like,
but it's always the idea that there's nothing left for me to eat, or there's not enough.
interesting.
Do they
And
just
I
not
feel
like you, or is that the common?
they like me. That's
Okay.
not the issue. I feel like the issue is like they never anticipate me invading their public space.
Got you.
So they never like have enough food, sort of thing.
Nah, I mean
Interesting.
I'm all right with that because I'm never really hungry all the time, so it's fine. But it's like my buddy gotta eat, so I'm not sure what I was supposed to do in the meantime. It's always like awkward.
Just watched him.
I should
Just-
probably take a chair and like sit beside them and like, I wish I had some of that.
Just drop some comments like, "Wow, that looks really good."
Exactly.
Just
power-
make it awkward.
I should do that more often.
The power move is to stick your finger into their like plate and just
yeah.
lick your finger.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good gravy.
That looks like it would taste really good, you know, like.
So, so who are the friendliest Europeans? To me, it's the Greeks.
Spain.
I think it's the Greeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The friendliest. That's an
the
interesting.
friendliest, or the
I've never
most,
been to Greece.
the most courteous, or the most sort of welcoming.
It depends. Ask Turkey.
Well, yeah, it's true. It depends who you are.
I mean, I went cold turkey. That's not the same, I guess. Denmark, I'd say, is a friendly country as well.
But on the Scandinavians all at each other's like throats, aren't they? Or are the Danes like quite welcoming regardless?
Yeah, but
They
like
are
everyone
quite
hates
rude.
someone, you know, like it's that type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've all got your enemies.
Yeah, it's true. I was
Yeah.
going to say, what about the Irish? But then I was like, yeah, they wouldn't be too welcoming.
They're
Yeah.
very
I'll
happy about
vote
the king.
Irish. I'll vote Irish. I think Irish are probably the friendliest.
You think Irish over Greeks? Okay.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
I don't know. It's too cold up there.
Yeah. Weather-wise, shit.
But
Similar
then,
to Scotland, but people-wise, top notch.
but then again, the Swedes are quite welcoming. Apart from John, the Swedes are quite welcoming.
Oh, thank you.
Remember that that homeless lady on the train and she spoke like 8 languages? Freaking beggar on the train, and she speaks 8 languages.
And so, how do you end up being you could be a translator easily in the EU, for God's sake. How do you end up homeless when you can speak 8 languages?
Yeah.
It's like I think the average amount of language spoken in this country is like 1.0001 or something.
Yeah.
It's like the British are bad at being multilingual.
You guys don't even speak proper English, American English.
Amazing.
And
I mean,
here we go. Second coming
English is
right
in the
there.
name.
Yeah, clues in the title. But I mean, we give the right. So talking of friendly, unfriendly nations, the French obviously the unfriendliest, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I went to
I think
southern France and they're pretty damn friendly. But then again, it was a countryside, like a town of 200 people. So I suppose everyone's countryside people are well. let me re- let me rephrase that. It depends on who you are and which countryside
Yeah.
will be friendly.
exactly.
What color your skin is, I think, plays a lot, and how long you plan on staying there.
Fair, fair.
But I think I think that's it. Is it the most people get a bad idea of the French because of Paris? Like it's like everyone gravitates towards Paris. They got these very like romantic high ideas in their brain of what Paris is going to be like, and
Yeah.
then it's like dog shit on the street,
Disappointed.
Blame
scammers.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I guess it's Hollywood's fault for making it the sort of romance capital, and then yeah, you get there and it's just like every other European capital, like a bit dirtier, a bit, you know, it's just the Vaseline on the lens has been rubbed off, and you're like, my God, there's a lot of people trying to scam me out of my euros.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like you're saying, Casey, as soon as you step foot in the countryside, you're just, you're fine. It's just, I think cities are like that in general, really.
Yeah, cities in general, like anywhere. I always feel like less safe being out of UK or like Scandinavian countries. Like as soon as you go to like I don't know Spain or France or any of these other European countries, I always feel a bit on edge. I don't know why or what, but I think it's probably just because like the police are known to be rough and tough, and it's just a bit. Yeah,
Lewis,
obviously.
you got history with the police?
What's
You got
that?
something to say? You got history with the police? You got something to say?
No comment.
I can't plead the fifth on that one. No, I think because you don't know what the rules are almost. It's like here, like like the police aren't going to be very corrupt. Like you know what to do that's safe and what not to do. But it's like you go to a different country, the rules are different. You don't know where to go at a certain time, or like
Yeah. If you get mugged, they're not going to give a shit, and if they do give a shit, you can't speak to them anyway because their English is broken. And I suppose that's our ignorance, not learning their language, going there. But yeah, it just makes things harder.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. You give the French a lot of shit for being like rude, or like them expecting you to like, or they'll speak in their language or whatever. But it's like we English people only know one language. It's just we got lucky in the game of life that it's the Americans chose to speak it, and it's the new lingua franca is English, so everybody learns it. But, you go to European countries and you expect a lot. I did quite well in Netherlands. I remember there was only one person I spoke to that didn't speak English, and it was I got on a bus instead of a tram near Casey's. And the guy, I guess the tickets are different, Casey. You need like a new ticket if you're on a bus, even though it's on the tram line. So I like got in not a scuffle with him. I just didn't know what he wanted from me. So I was I was showing him my tram ticket. Like, this is my tram ticket. And he was like, no, you need a new ticket. So I was just like, just ring me up. I didn't know, I knew it was only going to be a couple of euros. So I was like, just whatever I just like tapped my card, like whatever it is, let me pay. But
You're better off getting the card.
You bought him a yearly ticket to that bus.
Yeah.
Well, I paid for his
Should have left that one before you fucking went back. Take that.
You just do a double take after the holiday. 3,200 euros on the bus ticket.
That'll happen here, man. I tell you, it's crazy, crazy fucking things here. But no, the Netherlands is the number one English-speaking country other than the UK. So in Europe. So.
Well, all right, I was going to say up about America, but you followed up with Europe, yeah.
Yeah,
but
no. Yeah,
even then, I think they got beat.
Well, you know what's interesting? It's very like it was weird for me at first because I grew up in Curacao, so you have more like American culture, American influence and stuff. So coming here and then hearing people speaking Dutch, and then they grew up with like UK English, and Yeah, I gotta make this. I know it probably pisses you guys off, but I make the difference anyways. UK English at school, and when they speak with a slight British accent, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it's weird, you know?
Yeah.
It was funny when I started playing CS:GO, with Dutch folks, and it was clear that some people had, like you said, grown up watching, like learning British English and American English, and
Yeah.
it's like, and that's more prevalent now in like Eastern Europe, like the Latvian guys, like there's people there that they have only grown up watching American English stuff, and they almost have American accents, whereas the Dutch guys seem to like speak, like Yap and Vox and that, they speak more with the British accent, but the Latvian guys are far, far more closer to American. So there's almost a Western Eastern European divide, of the culture that they consume online. Just watching YouTube ends up being what their English accent is. It's mad to think of.
Nice.
Right, I've got a topic then.
For
So I was thinking, say you're going to die, like sort of Walter White level. You're going to die, but you've got okay money. You've got a decent amount of money.
Yeah, give us a price.
Okay, let's say.
Wait, we're all gonna die. We all know we're gonna die. What are we talking about? Like terminal in like a month
Yeah,
or like?
it's like terminal illness. You're going to die like at 55. You've got $1 million to spend. Let's say that you've like cashed out your pensions. You're like, I'm going to die. You sold your house.
Yeah, so I'm going to die at 55. Did you say?
Yeah, 55.
And
1
how old
year
am I
off.
in this scenario? Am I 54 or am I my age now?
You're 54. You're
Okay,
like this.
okay. So we've got a year.
Yeah.
We've got how much time?
Why do I gotta be that old? Can I just die at
Oh
33?
my god, it's not relevant. Okay, you're gonna
Because
die.
I rather be 32 and gonna die at 33 and have $1 million to spend than 50.
It's fine. Either one. Okay. Would
1
you
million, yeah, in a year.
$1 million. Okay, it doesn't really. You've got money to spend
And a hamburger.
and a hamburger. Would you rather?
Go for it.
Would you rather set up a really elaborate like treasure hunt and give the money away? So we're talking really elaborate. I'm talking like building buildings and putting clues in them. And like setting up a huge like across Europe treasure hunt.
With $1 million pounds.
Or can I go wild?
You can go wild, but you've only got £1 million. You've only got like 1.5 million euros. Oh, that's wishful thinking. It's probably about 1.1 million euros now. But you've got some money. Or would you rather just like try and spend it, like just crazy holiday, crazy hotels, just going nuts?
Let me just rephrase your question. So your question is, would you rather keep your money or give it away?
No, okay, it's not a very good hypothetical. Okay, let me change it a bit then. You get to spend the money making the treasure hunt, but it doubles and you get to give it away as inheritance. So you basically don't get any joy out of the money other than making the treasure hunt. But
Someone gets 2 mil.
Somebody gets 2 mil. So like I'll double your money and you can hide it in a treasure chest at the end.
Okay.
But you've
basically give away and have it.
Yeah,
So.
give away or have it. I guess this is really who you're going to give your money to is the big relative thing. It's like if you don't have kids, then you're probably just going to spend it, right?
Yeah. £1 million 1 year. What can you do? A lot. I mean, what would you do though? What would you do?
Yeah, but do anyone have any kids? I have one, so I'd probably think that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think John's going to go with the treasure hunt, aren't you? I think.
Nah, I'd keep it, but buy stuff that lasts.
Oh yeah,
invest in his college fund and shit like that.
Yeah, I should have put the caveat that you can't reinvest it. To be honest,
not reinvest it, but like buy stuff that increase in value.
So you like buy houses and stuff like that. Yeah. I suppose that one makes the most sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'd literally just blow it all. If I got a year, I'd blow it all.
Up your nose or up your bum?
If I don't have anyone to give, like if I had kids, yeah, I'd put like investment funds and stuff for my kids. But like if I don't have kids, like it's like right now, you tell me, listen, you got cancer, you're gonna fucking die a year from now. Here's $1 million. Cocaine and hookers all the way, like
But would you get bored of that? How fast would you get bored of that? You got $1 million, so you could probably do that for a year, to be honest. But
Not just cocaine and hookers, man. I'm going skydiving. I mean, shit. I'll take a. Honestly, that'll probably blow the whole million. Take a trip into low Earth orbit. You know, that type of.
I mean, sounds like you survive like 4 weeks at most.
yeah, you die in a skydiving accident riddled with STDs.
You die high on a kite while skydiving.
I mean, shit. If that happens, then I'll put on my will that you use the rest of the money for the treasure hunt.
No. Prank people, dude.
That's it. That's what I do.
Yeah, prank people. Like blow cocaine up people's noses all around the place.
No, what I was more thinking is right. You sort of you don't do a treasure hunt, but you set up really elaborate stuff for like after you've died. Like you just have a bunch of people in somehow get a hold of the prime minister or ex prime minister and you pay them to be at your funeral. And you just pay a bunch of people in suits, like bodyguards, just to come to your funeral. And and you just get somebody really famous to like eulogize you. Just like have somebody ridiculous, like the Pope, just stand at the funeral and just like spiel off like platitudes, but like never really give the game away, but just say he was such a great man, he believed in his country, stuff like that.
Yeah, and everyone will be like, "What the fuck? Who was this guy? Like, who did we know? Who did we know?"
It's a fucking nobody.
Your mum sitting there like crying her eyes out, like, "Wait, what the fuck? Are we at the right funeral?"
I mean, shit. I'd have somebody to like fuck up my casket, like light it on fire by mistake or something, like
and it's just a magic trick.
Oh, that would be good. Like have David Copperfield, like give $1 million to David Copperfield to just like do a magic show at your funeral, just have the coffin disappear in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Something like that. If you had fuck off money, if you had Elon Musk money, like that's what I never get about Elon Musk. Like he's got these like grand ideas, right? Get to Mars, do this, back up humanity, the brain stuff, all this, but it's like, why is he not just making mental stuff with his money? I know he flew a car into space.
Doing it on Twitter with his fucking stocks, dude.
I would say that fucking like private space shit is mental shit.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's next level. It's
what there's almost he's got too much money that he can buy everything on this planet 10 times over, so he needs to find a new one. That's like his position. It's fucking mental.
He's probably done all those pranks, and it's like right, time to like colonize Mars. That's the next step up. That's the
That's the biggest prank. That's make your own colony. But what was I gonna say? Oh damn it, slipped my.
Yeah, that's all the cocaine talking right there.
Yeah, I'm already thinking of all the cocaine.
But wait, have you had the cocaine and we're giving you 4 weeks to live? You have to think that's 250k per week instead of 20k per week. So you're actually winning. You got 4 big weeks instead of 52 decent weeks.
But that's it. It's how much time you've got. If it's like if they turn around and go, you've got a month to live. You're just going to have the best of everything, and you're just going to try and spend that money as fast as possible. But if it's like you've got a year, you'll pace yourself out. You're like, I can see everything. I can go around the world. You'll do it a bit more logically, but it's
I don't know. It'd be quite shit because like you'd be going around traveling, but you'd be constantly at the back of your head, like, okay, this is probably the last time we'll ever be in this spot.
Oh god,
and probably not have enough money.
It's that old thing. It's like, if you're depressed, don't go on holiday because like you'll just be depressed looking at the pyramids.
So that's fucking crazy that you literally just said pyramids. That's what I forgot about. How much do you think it'll cost to build a pyramid for myself? Okay, spend $1 million and just like build a pyramid, and then like have like in the movies they Hollywood-esque, like type of labyrinths and traps and stuff. And
depends on location, but I mean, like, I think me and Liam were talking, and he said it's like pennies to get a place in Romania. So what you should do is just go to Romania and build a pyramid.
A bigger pyramid, but in Romania. But imagine kind of years, decades, millennia from now, they're like, "What's a pyramid doing in Romania?"
I mean, depends on the materials as well, right?
That's a good prank.
Yeah.
Make a fake pyramid and Romania. That's holy goddamn.
That's
Right
the,
there.
it's the start of a good prank as well. Is you
Yeah.
just sort of cover it up and then you just unveil it and just let people discover it, like in some valley somewhere.
Exactly.
And
And
say
then
aliens
Yeah.
were here.
and then the treasure hunt starts.
Yeah, that's the start. Yeah.
That's a pretty good start.
Oh,
I
that's really
like it.
hidden treasure, surely, in the pyramid.
I mean, the
Mm.
treasure is my dead body. That's
Oh,
Yeah, that's the greatest treasure in the world. Kevin Casey. Wish it was spacey.
Oh,
not a lot
God.
of people do, but
Or even bike and buy.
It'd be good to bring back like tombs, like actually have like big like hieroglyphs on the wall of everything you've ever done. Like Casey's and this is Casey's song. And, like,
good time.
just
The lyrics of Hella Good Time. Fucking hieroglyph.
like the lyrics to all your songs on the wall and like just like paintings of you at like times of your life, like great times of your life.
Yo, I
Yeah.
will literally pay that million can cover getting water filled bottles, but to the melody of Hella Good Time, and if you blow wind at a certain angle, it'll play Hella Good Time.
That'd be cool. You could like you could set up so if the sun hits like at the right time of the year, it goes through like a light shaft and just illuminates your tomb and starts playing Hella Good Time.
Yeah, that'd be badass. It'd be kind of annoying for the neighbors though, but it's alright.
You wouldn't have any neighbors, bro. What do you think, Patty? Is that a good idea?
That is going to be so confusing, John.
Even I was confused for a second there. I was like, oh, now I remember. No, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Fucking episode 1. Anyone that watches this will just be so confused.
Exactly.
Do you want to know a really sad fact?
Oh God, here we
So,
go.
no. It's about pyramids. It's not. It's just this makes me sad anyway. Of the like 10 tallest pyramids, 3 are located in America, in the United States.
Is it
so when were they built? Were they built like?
That's Vegas, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, were they built like fucking 100 years?
all 3 were built between 1991 and 1994.
Yeah, that doesn't. Sorry, those don't count. Like it doesn't. They're just skyscrapers to me.
But they're not skyscrapers. They're pyramids.
They're periscrapers. I don't fucking give a shit.
So,
They don't count.
yeah, so it's the Luxor. It's that Big Bass shop. The
Big Bash. No fucking way, dude.
yeah. It's called the Memphis Pyramid, and it used to be like a pro Bass store. Yeah, one Bass Pro Drive, and the current tenants are the Bass Pro shops. It's huge. It's like a shopping mall just for like bass fishing and hunting and stuff.
What is it now if they closed? Taco Bell?
No, it's still it's still that. It was something else to begin with, but it's in Memphis. It's in Tennessee. It's a $65 million pyramid.
Fuck me.
But
Okay, so I guess my mill's not gonna cover it.
no.
Yeah.
Well, again, if you go to Romania and build it out of like straw, you might you might be all right.
I don't think my labyrinth's gonna work, dude.
You know what you could do with $1 million is you could almost go to like some third world country and basically run it like a god. Well, not a whole third world country, but like a village or a town, and you could just get them to build you a pyramid as long as
basically what China's doing now.
Oh God, let's not
go that far.
Let's not get political, Casey.
Listen, yeah. Sorry, Western Taiwan.
Western Taiwan. But yeah, I mean the news over here right now is pretty like I know there's stuff going on. Like there's a typhoon in like Japan. There's like an earthquake in Taiwan, the island of Taiwan. But it's like it's not even in our news because like the top 10 stories are all, oh, the Queen. Yeah, look, this is why this is on the Queen's casket, and look at this person queuing for 9 hours, waiting to see the Queen. It's literally the top 10 stories on the BBC are all Queen this, Queen that. So it's like the shit going on in the world in Ukraine or whatever. it's like I don't think British people will know about it for about a week.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Didn't Tajikistan just invade Kyrgyzstan?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of touch, to be honest. Yeah, you're right. There's like kind of like a noise from the Queen dying that you just kind of all other news has been like thrown aside. Everything's shut here today. And yeah, funeral today. So
Mm.
you miss the rest of the world, to be honest. So yeah, that's crazy though that they've invaded.
It's lucky there was no London's falling type scenario today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was worried for that, to be honest, because like a lot of the diplomats from all over the world coming together. It's a bit of like a worry that like people have seen the movie. There's fucking bad people out there. It can happen.
Just
Mm.
getting a
And
headache thinking of the security risk management that I'd have to do for this.
And the thing is, you'd have to do it in a week
Yeah.
because
yeah,
she died like a week ago, didn't she? So it's not like when it's like, oh, here's the G7, and you've got a year to plan it, and you can shut down everything. You can't shut down everything in central London.
yeah,
And
I mean,
and
that's yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and there's more people than ever. Like, look, there'll be more people in London than ever just for that, you know.
People come
I mean,
down from
shit, dude. Like,
Scotland, from fucking
but like
everywhere.
security risk managers, like what we do is like it's just on a daily basis, right? Like they'll literally say, "Oh, the PM's going to Suriname this weekend. Can you do a quick security risk check?" And all right, cool. All right, he canceled his trip last minute, so it's just like all that work for nothing.
Mm.
But I mean, you get paid to do it, so
Yeah.
I mean, security is one thing, but did you guys know there's roughly 250 million children around the world forced into hard labor?
Oh god.
Nobody, absolutely nobody, is talking about the unions you could get like cash from that.
the unions.
The unions.
Yeah, unions. There's no unions for kids working. That sucks.
That's true. There is no organised
Yeah, exactly. So
for child slavery. What's that
yeah,
about?
that's
I
true.
mean, wouldn't that be illegal on the illegal,
Yeah.
basically?
There's no reverse guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. Yeah, but most of these children are not forced into it. They kind of choose it because food.
That's a very Kevin Spacey argument.
Mm.
Food.
It's true.
Or
People.
that's
I mean, yeah. It sort of boils down to how do you make a third world nation a first world nation? And
well, the
it's
middle
like,
class.
yeah, but
uh,
you have to get there. Do you know what I mean? You've got to industrialize and you've got to do this and that.
invite the unions and they'll take care of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
not really, but I mean it's a start.
I don't know. I mean, it's the whole thing about like climate change as well. Is you're preaching to these third world countries, oh, you can't use coal, you can't use oil, but it's like, well,
You want us
they're
to use?
they're barely able to feed themselves right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well, let's take a step back from that argument right there and say instead of argumenting for what they should do, instead say come to us and see how we are. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, but
nobody want to do that.
you've got to meet that stopgap. You can't just go, okay, well, let's build a solar panel factory in the middle of Bangladesh and get clanging. Do you know what I mean? You've like there's a certain level of realism that you've got to take of like, okay, they need to burn coal, they need to keep their homes heated, they got to, they've got to make food, otherwise, there'll be mass poverty, mass starvation.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit mad for like first world countries to preach to these third world countries, especially ones that were like part of their empires at points, and go to them, oh, you can't use coal, you can't use oil, it's bad for the environment. It's like, well, I'm trying to like stop all the kids from dying in my country. So, I've got to use this thing that's readily available to me to feed my people. It's sort of, I don't know. It feels a bit false, that sort of preaching to me.
Yes and no, because there's higher corruption in these countries as well. Like I speak for my own. And
True.
it's not just feeding the children; it's filling your pockets
with food. Yeah, let's go.
So it's sort of like a double-edged sword in that sense.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I think you do have to be careful preaching to people, though. Like, especially if you're doing it, especially if you've already got yours or you're doing it in another way. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like
just
walk a mile in their shoes type of thing.
Yeah.
mm,
You know, you gotta be a bit, I think, charitable or a bit understanding that not everyone's going to drop, or do what you do at the drop of the hat because they don't have the infrastructure you have, they don't have the food security that you have, they don't have all the benefits that we have in the first world. It's
yeah,
Yeah.
true that.
And I don't fit size 5 shoes anyway, so that's good.
But yeah, well, no,
Safety.
no, but like talking of hypocrisy, like go to Primark, go to fucking any clothing store, and all your clothes will be made in Bangladesh, and people will buy them.
Yeah, basically 99% at least.
So it's you can't have it both ways. Of child labor exists, and then complain about it, and then continue to buy like your clothes from like Primark or
Yeah,
wherever.
I'm not complaining there are kids working. I'm just complaining there's no unions for the kids to protect them.
Why don't you start one with your $1 million?
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Now you know what to spend your million on.
If I was that charitable.
That's true. That is a very charitable thing to do if you're dying.
That is, yeah.
I'm going ham on this one cause. I really care about Bangladeshi children's unions.
Yeah.
I'd give more children jobs.
Yeah, increase their pay, give them more stuff to do.
Nah, I mean it's fucked.
I mean,
fucked.
it's a workforce not used in that sense if there wasn't any children working. I mean, think of all the children's playgrounds overfilled.
This is John justifying getting his kid started at like age 5. Doing
Exactly. He's not getting any cash unless he actually works for it.
I mean, yeah, do chores around the house. That's how I was raised.
Something is better than nothing.
I also had to put on my construction hat at 6 years old and use a jackhammer my size.
Yeah, plastic hammers, plastic needles, that sort of things.
I think the argument would be that kids should be like learning at school and doing their homework.
I mean, then we go over to the preaching about schools being actually helpful.
I mean, schools are a bit. It's trying to find a formula that fits as many people.
Yeah, but
it's also got to fit your country's majority workforce type thing. Like if you're a farming country,
I think we've had this debate before. Like, I think we've sort of said like it's about schools here. I think me, Lewis, and Casey were talking where it's like schools, IT, for example, like they don't really train you for the outside world, for like what IT actually is. Like the most you'll do, or at least in England, the schools, the most you did was maybe create like a HTML website, maybe do some stuff on a database.
Yeah, but that's IT department right there. That's pretty good for getting a job real quick. But basically, the school I went to, or the schools, did not teach me how to pay rent, electrical bills,
taxes.
Nothing, the practical issues about life itself outside of the school.
Yeah.
So schools in that regard, but you all know what pi is, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I get that argument and I agree. Okay, fine. If there was like a tax class in high school, that'd be useful. But I feel like your parents are more responsible to teaching you that shit. Especially like, okay, you go out, you get a job, you pay rent. That it's that type of thing.
Yeah, but that's just if you have parents that want to teach you that stuff, or parents that actually are in the business of working and paying their dues and whatnot. But if you have druggy parents or no parents at all, then you're fucked unless you actually are good at teaching yourself stuff.
I mean, it's true. These are essential life skills, and school doesn't teach you them. Like,
no,
they. I think it's like anything, like academia or lower education. It's one of these self-fulfilling sort of prophecy things where it's like, oh, you need to pass the exams, and it's like, why? And it's like to do more school. It's like it's almost become its own industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a money making thing now, to be honest. Skill is it's all about money. At the top anyway, when you get to university, maybe not in other countries, but here it's all money, money, money. Scotland's lucky we get free, but like the whole business of university is try and get international students and fucking charge them out their arse to be
Yeah.
here.
And the tragic thing is the degree or what you learn or the quality of the education is no better than they get in their home countries. It's just they're doing it for like the name of, you know, University of blah or whatever, you know, prestigious university they're going for. Meanwhile, they're paying at least 4 times the amount that a local's paying, or if you're Scottish, they're paying infinitely more. But it is just literally a scam.
Yeah, and Sweden's same. The education itself is basically free, but all the books and everything else is not. You have to pay for it, and all the books are like 50 euros or more.
Yeah, she had 50 euros
I mean,
a pop
it's
there.
just a
Anime.org.
textbook, 10 pages, 50 euros. What the F?
Well, the thing is, like that's pocket change compared to the actual, like, if you actually have companies that are contracting out like their labor to like provide it, or the like American companies that are designing the syllabus, let's say, like they're making the stupid money. They're the ones that have got the like multi-million contracts. You know,
Yeah.
that that's dumb level money.
I mean, if you think about,
no, go on.
I was thinking about the U.S. Has it depends on which side you're on, a perfect system. And granted, the education system needs a lot of work, but I mean, what the government does is pump a lot of money into the military instead of education, more into the military. And then what the military does is, hey, we'll pay your 4 years of college. All you have to do is serve a couple amount of years, and there you go. There's your army. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in some ways, like that's, I wouldn't say it's a better way, but almost what you need is like a civil service type thing again, where it's like you get a free ride, right? You just sign up. You did, let's say it's not just military, but it's like you can go work in infrastructure, or you can, whatever, volunteer or Red Cross or Peace Corps or whatever, and it's like that service should guarantee you like a place at university, because it shouldn't be the case, and it definitely is in this country now, that people are going, I don't know what I want to do for a degree. It costs like a minimum of 9K a year. I'd have to get a loan out, which, yeah, okay, they're affordable, but if you don't know what degree you want to do specifically, even if you've got good A levels, it's like, it's a waste. It's almost like those people need to go and see the world and go, oh wow, I really like doing this, or I'm really interested in helping with this, or oh, I was really good at that, I should do a degree in that, and then they should go and do it.
The thing that the one degree that frustrates me the most is the business degree, because I always feel like the guys, like, business is the default that people fall into when they just don't have something to do, because they think, okay, I'll learn a lot about business in general and it'll help me in regardless of what I go into. But then you kind of have to step back and think, well, the guy who's teaching me is a fucking lecturer. If he was successful in business, would he really be fucking standing in front of me? Is this guy really skilled enough to teach me about business when if he had a successful business, he would be there rather than here?
Yeah.
He's an academic at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's academia breeds academia. It's like these people go to uni.
You're learning from textbooks that are probably 5 years out of date and not real world experience. So
yeah, true. And you're literally learning from somebody that went to uni and never left. Like they became a TA, or they got lucky and became a lecturer earlier, or they waited until the lecturer quit and they got like they worked their way up, but they never actually went and did business. I mean,
maybe it did and it just didn't happen, so they came back. Or I mean, there will be some cases where people did make it and they just want to give back because they're that kind of person. But across the board, like, you need to have the PhD, you need to have the whatever the fuck else you need to become the lecturer in the first place. So chosen that path rather than the business path. So why are they in the position really to say much? I don't know.
That's it. Are they better off being like lots of academies, like, or like Khan Academy and all that? Are you better off having people that there's a meritocracy, that they're proven, and they've got the skills, they've gone the distance, and that what they're teaching you is actually applicable. Whereas at school and that, you're learning from TAs or lecturers who have never actually done the job. Even for computer science, it was that only none of them had really ever stepped foot out of academia. None of them had worked for Microsoft or any of the big blue chip companies, or they would have said it. That's the first thing they would have said is, I used to do software engineering for this company, or I used to make this for this people. But it was always professor this or professor that, and that's all they'd ever done, is they got into academia and never really left. So it's hard to take what they're telling you seriously, and again, they're just regurgitating it out of a textbook or off somebody else. To be honest, all of my lecturers, all of the slides were literally regurgitated from someone else. It said on the slides it's from this uni or that uni, or
or by Cisco or somebody else. It's by a company that's basically teaching. You're just basically learning a company's course you're doing it for uni. Yeah, and the thing is, obviously the lecturers themselves, they are really fucking clever guys. They have probably studied really hard on a specific area, and they've done a thesis over 5 years on a specific thing. But you kind of, with a thesis, you tune into that subject area and you really know that area, and obviously you understand the rest around it. But they're in a better position than most to tell people about business, I suppose. But they're not in as good a position if you actually went and did it yourself, I suppose.
That's why I like my program, because it's a small program, and but most of the lecturers come from the environment. They've worked many years and then became teachers.
Why?
So
Why did they do it?
They just got either tired of the industry or they wanted to give back, like you said.
So why not invite the corporations to run the schools with the workers that actually can apply?
Because they'd just do it for profit, wouldn't they?
It becomes a monopoly.
Schools right now are profitable, so why not?
That's true. I think the real problem with the way universities work is senior lecturers want to do research. They don't actually want to be teaching. They don't want to be lecturers. They want to be doing the stuff that Lewis was saying. They want to be advanced in their field. If they're really good, if they're doing groundbreaking stuff, then it's in the university's best interest for them to go and do that. But they mandate, you still have to do 20 hours of lecturing. You have to teach a class. You can't just sit there and da. But there's no middle ground there. It's either TAs or the researchers that are teaching you. It almost needs to be that there is a middle ground of people that aren't quite doing that groundbreaking research, that have sort of rotated off the workforce and are okay, now I need to do 6 months of teaching and then go back and do 6 months of research or work. But that's not. Universities make money off, or they give grants, don't they, to the lecturers to go and research something.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the whole system's a bit backwards. But I don't know the best way that you'd sort of proliferate that information into people without using those lecturers.
We could ask a huge grant.
Huge grant.
Just a joke.
That's a terrible pun.
Yeah, thank you.
Terrible.
Yeah, I guess you just gotta have companies. Just like if you're gonna work for, what's a company? You can't think of any company.
IBM.
Okay, if you're gonna work for IBM, you go to IBM University.
Yeah, I mean, that is companies are doing that. Here they do degree apprenticeships, and you basically get sponsored. You come in as after you've been to school but not got a degree, you'll go in and you're you're a software engineer, and then they'll basically sponsor you. You go and do a degree at uni, remotely.
2 seconds, just want a button for a sec. 2 seconds. That was Queef of the Week.
Queef of the Week. I didn't even hear Queef of the Week.
We didn't.
Hear. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I'm always messing them too. So
we'll edit that in post.
Okay. We'll add the Queef in post.
Yeah, we'll add Queef in post.
Can we hear it again?
I could try, but
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
beautiful.
That
Yeah.
sounded like a badass fart, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
not
no,
even.
no. It was definitely Queef of the week there.
Okay.
And
Well,
that was Queef of the week. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, I'll figure out how to edit around that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found this news story. Well,
for it.
I think it's a news story.
Yeah.
But apparently, software engineers in Silicon Valley are paying
Mm.
$75,000 to get 3 inches taller. And
Software engineers across the board, or small software engineers, or like at the 6 foot turning into 6'3s, or what's the story here?
well, I don't know really. So it's a leg lengthening surgeon, and he's making a lot of money from Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta apparently.
Uh,
So that's where the foreskin's going.
Well, I presume this is physical height, not like maybe they're getting like penis lengthening as well. I mean, fuck it. If you're going for height, you may as well.
I was
Like,
actually talking about attaching the foreskin to legs to make them.
Oh god. So the question is, would you pay $75,000 to get 3 inches taller?
If I had $1 million and I was dying next year, yeah.
A million, but that's almost a
I'd
tenth.
fucking with you, dude.
That's a tenth.
No
of the money.
fucking way, dude. At $1 million, with €1 million, I could be 4'9" and still not have an issue.
70K.
$75,000 to get.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's the money. I mean, if they says, "Oh, I can do it for 5K," I'd maybe say, "Right, I'll do it." But if it's 75K, that's OTT. Like you could spend that money on a lot better things than 3 inches, or at least 3 inches on your height.
But why are these guys then? So let's say these guys are making $300,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they must feel like it's worth it. I don't know what the dating scene's like in Silicon Valley. I presume these are all guys. It doesn't actually say, but let's be honest, it's going to be all guys. But they must feel like it's worth it if it's becoming a trend in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I don't know. Like, what's the point unless you're running for Mr. Universe? Like what's the fucking point? You know.
The thing that worries me is if these guys, like, presumably this is to get women, right? If these guys aren't getting women on Silicon Valley jobs, the rest of us must just be fucked. Like, if these guys are making like 500K a year working for Google, like, there's no hope. Do you know what I mean? For anyone single.
So you're saying women are all shallow and all they want is money?
Well, no, I guess maybe it's a self-confidence thing as well. Like, is it just like the thing that I can't get my head around is like maybe this takes 6 months to do it. It takes a while to do apparently, but they're gonna come into work one day and be 3 inches taller. Like, surely people are gonna notice that and go, "How come you're 3 inches taller? Are you wearing like lifts? Are you wearing like platform shoes or?"
But you're coming at this like it's taboo. Like, I mean, if this guy comes in and says, "Okay, I've fucking done it. I've just got 3 inches taller. Fuck yous," then you're coming into it like he's trying to do it sneakily.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's an alpha move, by the way, to just come in and go, "I'm 3 inches taller. Fuck you."
Yeah, just come in and say, "Listen, I've got 3 inches on height. I've got 3 inches in girth. Let's go."
Yeah. Then she just said, "Still not tall enough." Boom, done. Like why? Like great, 75.
3 months.
6'3" minimum.
Like, why would you expose yourself? Like, no, like fuck that. And not only that, like 10, 20 years from now, you're gonna look like half man, half goat when the operation wears out.
Yeah,
You know,
or
like your knees are blown out.
Explode. Yeah,
That's not worth the health risks.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is it's like a bait and switch. So you marry somebody, you never tell them. You have
a Japanese woman, was it?
What's that?
Was that like that Japanese woman or some shit? Some guy was suing his wife because she got plastic surgery and the kids came out ugly as fuckers. I don't know if it's Japanese or Korean or anyways, something to do in Asia.
I think it was Korean, yeah. Yeah, it's like
That's
the kids.
Top tier funny.
He said to start with, he said the kids can't be mine because they're hideous. which is just like such a burn against your own kids. And then it was like she was like, "Oh no, I've had plastic surgery. Like the kids are like the kids do look like me, you know, pre-plastic surgery." And then I think he sued her for like something emotional harm or something like that.
That's
They
so
just
tight, though, isn't it?
they're just meant for each other. You know, they're just
Straight
Yeah,
up awful.
that's just I just feel bad for the kids. Like the kids are stuck with them. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, those kids are gonna turn out to be assholes for sure.
Yeah.
If the parents are like that.
Yeah, but then the daddy and mummy will buy them bloody plastic surgery at their 18th birthday. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's a never-ending cycle. I think plastic surgery is really common in like Eastern Asia. Like it's much less sort of. I don't think it's necessarily taboo here. It's just I think it's seen as a bit needless. But I think in Asia it's like something you just do. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's what
think
I heard.
Koreans are just mad for it. Like.
Yeah.
I think
North?
even the no, I don't know what the North are doing.
Who does?
They're skinny enough anyway. They just don't eat.
Oh fuck! 1990 famine, or was it? I can't remember.
But I think even like the boys in South Korea are even getting it done. That's like I don't think plastic surgery among like straight men in the West is like a thing yet. Or maybe
Depends.
ever will.
Silicon Valley, maybe to get
Yeah,
3 inches
exactly.
taller.
If you're paying 75K to get 3 inches taller, maybe the old cheekbones aren't far away.
I think Bill Burr said it best. Like, would you rather look like a 50-year-old 50-year-old, or would you rather look like a 20-year-old lizard at 50? You know?
Mm, yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, can you age well, or do you need to just keep, like for women, do they just need to keep spending money on plastic surgery? But you end up looking like, not Joan Rivers, like one of them, do you know what I mean? Where it's like not natural, like just frozen.
Like Monica right now from what's her name? Courtney Cox? Courtney?
Oh no, what's she done? Really?
Have you not seen what Monica looks like now? From that Monica from Friends, you know?
I'm trying to think who's really bad.
Google her, man.
Oh yeah, it all
I'll
looks
Google her.
it looks a bit solid, yeah.
Like, yeah, she's unfortunately gone down plastic surgery. You know? Are you like, like when your favorite porn star like gets their tits done and you're just like, nah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like horrible. Like, why'd you do that? And then they get the lips done, and they get the facelift, and then they end up looking like they just crawled out of a beehive, you know?
Just pure anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tragic. Like it's, I think there's probably a subreddit there, isn't there, somewhere like before and after porn stars? But that's
There's-
like, that's tragic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
So who's the greatest porn star of all time?
I don't know. How can you say greatest porn star of all time? Like, there's.
I'll tell you who is up there and didn't do what you're talking about. Sasha Grey.
Yeah, okay, she's legendary.
Like Sasha Grey could have gone down that route of giant tits, blow up lips, but she was always very like, to me she's like the athlete. Do you know what I mean? She's the, it was all about, can I do it the fastest? Can I do it the hardest? It was never about looks.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah.
But
I'm not a big
she's up
fan.
there.
I'm not a big fan.
No, but you like. Do you like? No, you don't really like more of the fake stuff anyway, do you? So I can't think
No.
who your type is.
Of porn stars, wow, that's a good anything that moves and breathes.
Yeah,
That's the first.
Let's not phrase it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately,
you're the
that doesn't
opposite.
narrow shit down in porn these days. But yeah, John, what's yours?
I'm not going down that road, dude. But I'm probably the same as you, Casey. I don't really. I mean, all the same.
I like venturing new stuff. Like trying to find new shit.
Did you see the episode of The Boys?
I do not watch The Boys yet.
All
been-
right, I'm not gonna spoil it then, but there's a scene.
Oh yeah,
where-
I've heard of that scene
It's
actually.
been-
Many
yeah, I've
people
heard
have.
it's coming.
Many
Oh,
people have told me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not my type of porn either. No.
mm,
Yeah, when you bring superpowers into
Yeah.
what you can
yeah,
do in the bed, some weird shit happens. But
yeah, weird
the-
shit happens indeed.
those writers definitely need they need to check themselves. I think
They need a vacation.
Yeah,
I mean, they watched too much South Park.
yeah.
Lewis went awfully quiet now. Like,
Yeah,
Oh, I'm just listening. I'm listening to hear you guys talk.
oh, you're just
listening,
trying to take
embracing it.
notes. Take notes
No,
for
I'm
later.
just thinking, like, if I get involved in this one, we might be here a while. So
No, just
Yeah.
all right, real quick, off the
He's got
top, like
his
just
top 10 list is he's just getting out.
top
No,
10 notes.
to be honest,
Yeah.
at the moment, the one I'm liking the most is you probably won't know her. It's her name's Nicole Doshi. Uh,
And I'm gonna
she-
Google real quick.
yeah, she's good. She's an American,
Incognito mode.
American Asian.
either.
But yeah, I mean, there's fucking shit tons. Like, there's
Hmm.
shit tons.
Oh, she's got a nice cock on her.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, it's not too bad.
That's the biggest cock ring I ever saw, dude.
Oh no,
Alright.
don't do.
We
Don't
definitely
do
know
that.
Lewis's type now.
Yeah.
So
So let's go over to the worst best named porno brands out there.
what? Okay,
like the website names.
Yeah.
I've heard that Japan Fever is very, very good.
Yeah, I've heard Japan Fever. That's a good name. Yeah.
that is a great name. Yeah.
The worst name I've seen recently, and they're getting quite big and it's scary. It's such a bad name. Legal porno
No.
because it's like, well, what's the alternative? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
But yeah, I get you.
Oh shit! I just googled that, boys. The FBI's coming.
Ew, ew.
but that's the problem. Is say you like legal porno and you have to Google it to get to the website. It's like every time you do that, you're going to feel dodgy. Or you're like, oh crap, did I accidentally put illegal this time? Do you know what I mean?
Guys, Diamond came to visit. But guys, I googled Japan fever. Guess
Yeah,
what
I did
came
this
up
too.
first? Japanese encephalitis.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, because you need to put Japan Fever porn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's incognito mode, you know, it's
Ah,
PG
yeah,
and
shit.
hey Diamond, come back.
The porn the porn sites that I hate the names is where they're called like throated or like sexual acts that just sound a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Throated, or I'm trying to think of another one like that, but just
I mean, let's not pretend that you don't do it, like, you know.
well, look, I might slip some on, but it's just the name is bad. Like
Fair.
for like a porno name, you need like not for like the name of the DVD, but for the brand of the company. It needs to be quite like not abstract, but it needs to just be like Brazos is or whatever, you know. Just almost like one word that just stands on its own. You know, you
Yeah.
can't call it like young teen hot
Yo,
anal tryouts.
Wasn't there one called Barely Legal?
Nah, pandas. You were the one you're talking about.
I think there was a genre or a.
That was a magazine, wasn't it? Barely Legal. Isn't
Oh,
that like
God.
isn't that like one of the like hustler type magazines? I don't know, but yeah, it is dodgy. But I mean, then again, 90% of porn now is like step mum, step bro.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah,
Weird shit, man. I don't get that at all.
I mean,
Me
that's my
neither.
fault. My sorry. It's just I googled it too much.
it's it's all you, John. It's all your searches.
You
It's
bumped
all my
around.
searches.
Nah, I just get turned off right away. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
nah.
so-
I
Wish
gotta like fucking like vet my videos first before I actually watch the whole thing first before, you know.
But that's why the fucking OnlyFans and shit's on the rise, because it's like people will find a thing they like, and then
And
they'll
keep
just
following.
keep following that. Or they can like fucking with OnlyFans, you can go, oh hey, can you take a video where you're doing this, that, and the other thing? You know, you'll find something
yeah.
you like. I just
Like-
can't.
fucking experience.
Yeah, I just can't get my head around the money. Like, like we're so used to like the early days of the internet, like LimeWire. Just like even now, porn is just free. Like I can't
Yeah,
imagine paying for porn.
imagine. I mean, shit. You guys remember like logging into your computer after coming from school and waiting for an image to load because of dial-up internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or downloading something from LimeWire and it was just like pure viruses or pure, something else.
I got no. You learned quick, like what to.
Yeah.
You
Like
learned quick.
look at the attachment name. Look at the size of it. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Speaking about porn, it's such a huge industry, giggity, and I can't remember the statistic. I don't want to say anything, dude, because that's because I can't remember the statistic. I don't want to say anything wrong.
I think the problem is it could like I mean as much as like porn's ruin people, it's like that times 10 like having OnlyFans or being able to like I think AI might fuck people up as well where you can just generate porn. It's like it's almost like it's too easy, do you know what I mean? It's like when you're a kid the only way pre-internet the only way you could find porn was if there was like a porno magazine in the forest somewhere or like
Jesus.
you'd have to find like a page like on a tree branch.
Yeah.
Or like
So yeah. So you did not have like porn in cassettes or whatnot, like the early day CDs.
yeah,
Oh,
but
the
you
VHS.
but hiding that
Nah,
shit.
no. No, that one for the computer, right? The
Oh, like a floppy disk.
the floppy disk. Yeah,
Floppy.
I had tons of floppy disks growing up with like porn games
Porn
and
games.
whatnot on it. Yeah,
Jesus, I know.
Wow, that's next
I
level.
I got it from my dad.
Nice.
Oh,
See,
that's
now talk
it.
about raising your kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So like porn games were insane. I have it in my head. I probably have one of those cassettes or floppy disks somewhere around still.
You got to keep that shit. It's gold, bro.
It's
Yeah.
probably gold. Like
Sell it on eBay.
yeah, there's 2 games on every one of those floppy disks.
All right, I got a genre for you guys.
Go.
What do you guys think of deep fake?
Oh, it's creepy because
Is it?
no, because the people that they choose, like it's like young Emma Watson or Greta Thunberg, and I'm just like Jesus, like they're
Greta
just
Thunberg? No
Greta
shit.
yeah, like people are just using it to basically make kiddie porn. That's the problem. They're just finding a porn star, young looking porn star, and then basically putting young people's faces on it. That's the
It was kind
dangers
of
of it.
freaky. It makes you wonder how many people are actually fucking pedophiles.
I don't know, but I saw one picture of the Hulk with like Casey's face on it. It's freaked me out, bro. It freaked me out.
It's because you fucking made it.
That's the problem. It's going to get to the point where you can do anything with anyone, so nobody's going to ever take anything like seriously or like it's like he's got 5 pictures of my face. That means he can make all the porn he needs. Do you know what I mean? It's like you could just prank your friends by just making. I mean, you could do worse. You could like break up marriages with it.
Yeah.
You find a porn star that looks roughly like somebody, a bit of AI, a bit of like bit of Adobe After Effects, and you can end someone's marriage. Just get some grainy phone camera shit going.
I was just gonna say, I was thinking of when I was in high school and like all those girls that got their shit leaked in high school. It's unfortunate it's not now. You could blame it on deepfake.
Yes, you just go bullshit. That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I showed like Mrs. Hulk your picture, Casey, and she raged it for days.
She-Hulk?
Yeah, the She-Hulk.
No, because they're cousins. I think She-Hulk and Hulk. You brought it back to the incest porn.
Alabama.
Why did you brought that up, bro?
Sweet home Alabama.
But it reminds me. I think the Soviet Union tried to blackmail. I think it is Indonesian prime minister or somebody like that. They like set up a honey trap and they sent in like 2 Russian ladies, like tall blonde, 6-foot ladies. And you've got this little like 5-foot something Indonesian lad, and they film it. They film it from behind a mirror, and they go into meeting with him, and they're like, Prime Minister, we want you to do this, that, and the other thing. We want you to, stop taking the Americans' advice, stop taking the Americans' money, and do this, do that. And he goes, no, why would I do that? They pay me more. And they go, we have this tape of you and these two women in this hotel room in Moscow. And he just laughs and he says, yeah, I want 20 copies right now to send to my friends.
Boss move.
Yeah, that's an alpha move. Or not an alpha. What's the other one where
Beta, Omega.
No, not beta or
Chad?
omega. It's
Chad move.
no, there's a fucking new thing. Hold on.
Top G.
Alpha
Omega.
male versus. Is it omega?
I think so.
The one where like you don't give a shit, like whatever.
Omega.
It's
Omega doesn't raise in the ranks at all.
There we go.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
There's always fucking new fucking things coming out like that. It's a bit fucking yeah.
Isn't it funny our fascination with labeling shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them laborers.
But
They
that's
always
because
work for us.
it's easy to like get the idea across. Like you say, oh, this guy's a Chad, this guy's a fuckboy. It's easy to it's easy to communicate who that person is without saying, oh, he does this a lot, he does that. Do you know what I mean? It's easier to label people than it is to actually say, oh, this is who they are as a person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Right, we're getting up on. We're over an hour, so probably call it there. So it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Yeah.
Love you. Good night.
Night.
Are we actually going to bed, or is that just the end of the podcast?